Hey y'all, it's Sally Britton, the author of Sweet Regency Romance, and I am coming to you live from my office, which may or may not be a mistake given how many people in my family love to come in and talk to me while I'm working, but we're going to do our best today. It is also kind of a gloomy day, so I have done my best to brighten things up. There. There we go. So I apologize for the shadowiness. We are not going for shadows today, but what are you going to do? It's the weather. Um, I'm really excited to be here. So excited, in fact, that I was actually talking on camera for the last 10 minutes without realizing that I hadn't actually hit the record button yet. Um, so I've already shared so much, and I feel like everyone should already know what I've been talking about, even though I was alone in my office without hitting the live button. Anyway, here I am. We are celebrating so many things today, and I am so excited to share all of these great things with you. My birthday was September 23rd, which was a little while ago. Typically on my birthdays, I like to do something big for people who are following me on various social media platforms. But I was in Florida and I did something dumb and I took my phone with me to the beach and into the water and dropped it into the water kind of on purpose, thinking it wouldn't hurt it, but it did because really, I promise I'm brighter than that. But it was salt water. My phone works really, really well in not salt water, or worked really well. It is dead now. And so I switched phones, and I've been wanting to try an iPhone instead of my Android. So I also switched types of phones, which made, hello, Louisiana. But anyway, the phone switch made everything kind of messed up. And I was lucky to get out of Florida um, with any kind of connection to my family, being able to tell people when to pick me up from the airport and things. I digress. Point being, things didn't go as planned. And so this video was supposed to happen before, but hey, it's happening today, which is great because we have so many wonderful things to talk about. I have reached over 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. If any of y'all are watching live or watch this later, I appreciate it so much. For those not aware, on YouTube, I have been sharing my audiobooks. You can listen to the whole thing, you can stream it with ads if you don't have YouTube Premium, and without if you do. And it's just created another revenue stream for me, which is important because I pay the bills with my author career. And it's another way for me to share my books with more people, which I love. So that's what's going on YouTube. And hopefully we're going to be doing more with that here soon. But that's the primary purpose of my YouTube channel is audiobooks. We have also reached over 2,000 followers on my Facebook fan group, Sally Sweet Romance Fans. So thank y'all so much for being there and for taking part in that community. It is so much fun. That has been my primary place to share things and talk about things that are related to my books, behind the scenes stuff. Um, it's just been so much fun. It was my first community for readers, and it is my favorite because that is where I get a lot of fun comments, interaction, and so on. So that's fantastic. Instagram recently reached 4,000 followers there. Thank you so much, Instagram people. I love Instagram. The Bookstagram community is the only reason I'm on there. And I love getting book recommendations and seeing what other people are reading and talking about books with other people who love books. So thank you for that. So several big milestones for me as an author lately, including this one. It's release day for Christmas Forevermore. I am one of 4 authors in this collection. It's by an actual publisher. So I do all my own books usually, but it was a great honor. The publisher of this book reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to write a Christmas story for this collection. Every year, Covenant is the name, Covenant Communications Inc. is the publisher. Every year they put out a Christmas collection, and it's always historical romance. I own several of these collections because many of the authors, sorry, we're hiccuping a little bit. My internet connection is weird. So I will repeat myself when I notice the hiccup happen. But anyway, several of my favorite authors have been in these collections in the past. So this book features me, Sally Britton, and my name is first because alphabetically it comes first. But still, that's pretty exciting. Sally Britton, Sarah in Eden. I am a huge fangirl of Sarah in Eden. Love her. Ashton Newbold, who is a friend and a brilliant author, and Karen Thornell, who was on Bookstagram as a Bookstagrammer first, which is how I met her. And now she's writing and publishing the most beautiful love stories. So it is such an honor to be in this collection with these fantastic authors. My story is the first one in the book. It is a complete story, even though it's shorter because it's a novella, and it's called A Family Christmas. The back of the book summarizes all the stories. I'm going to read the summary from mine. After years abroad, Cyril Grant worries about relating to his highborn relatives at the family's holiday celebration. But an unexpected connection with a member of the household staff opens his heart in more ways than one. The heroine's name is Jane, and she has been a companion to Cyril's grandmother. And Cyril and his sister have been separated from this side of the family for years because Cyril's dad had kind of, I don't know, he wasn't thrilled with the idea of being related to nobility. So there's an estrangement there. But Cyril's father passed away a few years ago. And so now Cyril and his sister have come to visit the side of the family that they don't know very well. And so, yeah, Cyril's worried. He feels like the odd man out, even though he's related to the people that he's spending time with. Whereas Jane is not related to anyone there, and yet she has been fully accepted into their family as one of their own. So, though she's a paid companion, she's treated like a member of the family. So, there's a little bit of envy on Cyril's part at first as he gets to know her and her place in the family. Um, it was so much fun to write. It was so much fun to write this idea of connection, of found family, and that affection doesn't have to be tied to, you know, DNA, I guess is a good way to put it. So there's some found family going on here. There's a little bit of grumpy sunshine, some fish out of water. But writing this story was just so wonderful and meaningful for me. I actually wrote it in spring of 2022. I turned it in April 2022, and I did some edits on it, I think last fall. So it's been over a year since I've read my own story that's in this collection. So I'm excited to open the book and read all four of them like they're new. But it is just, I am just so thrilled to be part of this collection. For those wondering about the audio for this collection, I am not in charge of it because it is through a publisher, but they are doing an audiobook. Today you can get the paperback and the ebook. I haven't seen if the audiobook is out yet, but I know it's coming because they sent us an audio form for us to fill out so that the narrator would know how to pronounce anything weird we put in our books. But this is such an honor to be part of this collection. I am super excited about it. There's supposed to be a signing with all the authors in attendance in Utah in November. I will let y'all know as I know what's going on with that. But if you are in Utah, and I believe it's going to be probably the second weekend in November, um, I'm going to be up there at some point, and I will try to keep people abreast of that so that we can hang out maybe. Now, in keeping with my tradition of birthday giveaways, we had a few in my Facebook group that happened. There have been a few in Instagram lately, but I have a few more just to kind of celebrate this release, as well as the cool milestones that I mentioned earlier with the various platforms. So, yeah, let's just talk about, I've got three that I think are kind of fun. And I am going to be working, four. 1, 2, 3. I've got four. I've got four giveaways. Okay. But I've got four giveaways that I thought would be kind of fun. And we will do, I think we'll do one, two, one or two on Instagram, and one for sure on YouTube, and one for sure on Facebook in the Facebook group. I don't know, I'll juggle these. So if you're not following me in all the places, that's fine. You'll still get a giveaway. If you are following me in all the places, then go ahead and try for all of them. We hiccuped. I saw the freeze. I apologize. Anyway, what I was saying was, I don't know which one will go where right now, but I'm going to get all of them up somewhere. So here is one of the giveaways. It is really fun. So I am going to be giving away this little collection here. And what we have is a really cute notebook by Emily Cromwell. if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know how much I love her artwork. It is always bright and fun and almost always bookish. This particular notebook is so fun because she's got the kitty cat. That cat looks exactly like my cat too, by the way. So it's a fun notebook, lined pages, and look, the inside is even fun. So I will be giving away this Emily Cromwell notebook, one of my favorite books by my friend Rebecca Connolly, married to the Marquess. It's really good. It's a I don't know, it's about a couple who've been married for a while, but they can't stand each other. And as you read, you find out what went wrong. But like here's one of the here's what it says: to hate and to scold, to loathe and to perish. Derek Chambers, Marquess of Whitlock, has a problem. His wife. She's the single most horrifying aspect of his life, and the only thing he has ever enjoyed about her are their truly spectacular fights. As such, he prefers having as little to do with her as possible. So when she unexpectedly summons him to London, he surprises himself by going and finds his life turned upside down in ways he never thought possible. Catherine despises her worthless and irritating husband, and nothing bothers her more than the fact that he actually came to London when she sent for him. Worst of all, now that he has come, she needs him to stay with her. And with his every smile making her heart race, she begins to wonder if there could be more to him than meets the eye. This was my first book by Rebecca Connolly, and now we're friends, which is awesome. And then, of course, included with this, because I have a sticker addiction, is the sticker that says, I read Regency and I have no regrets. And it was also designed by Emily Cromwell, who did the notebook. It was designed just for me. So I'm the only person who has those stickers and the only person who can give them away. So that's going to go somewhere. I haven't decided which platform, but it is going up. Also, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I really treasure children's literature and really encourage reading. And I think the best way to get your child to read is to let them read whatever the heck they want. And that's right. Let them choose what they're going to read, and that's how you create a lifelong reader. So um, I usually do a giveaway a couple times a year that is related to kids. So whether you have a child in your life who is your own, a niece, a nephew, a friend, a neighbor, a grandchild, this is for them. So one of my favorite books that I was going to give away with at the beginning of the school year, The Day the Crayons Quit. This is such a fun picture book about being creative and stepping outside the box a little bit. If you're not familiar with the story, the crayons leave letters, messages to the little boy who owns them. And they tell him, we're tired of always using blue for water and whales. Why don't you use blue to do something else? Yellow is tired of always being the sunshine, and orange is always tired of being the sunshine, and on and on. So, and white is so sad that white never gets used. And it's just the cutest little book about kind of being creative on your own and not always doing what other people tell you to do when it comes to coloring or creating. So I love this book. So to go along with it, I'm including this awesome coloring book, Baby Animals, and this is one of the Dover coloring books. And what I love about Dover is their books, I mean, honestly, they're probably the first actual adult coloring books, because when you open any of the Dover books, they're incredibly detailed. They're not cartoony, they're very realistic. And often they give great information down here at the bottom about the thing that you're coloring. So it's learning and coloring at the same time. So The Day the Crayons Quit, the Baby Animals coloring book, and just these cute like back to school style socks that are apples and pears. That's another giveaway that I'm going to be giving to somebody somewhere. We'll find out more about that later. All right, so this is really fun. I commissioned these candles from one of my favorite candle makers called Wick and Sarcasm. Most of the candles are bookish, which I love. So this candle is called Return to Inglewood. And what better place to fall in love is like the little subtitle of the book. So I don't know if that's going to turn up very well. But anyway, it smells divine. I got to choose the scents, and off of the idea of the handsome gentlemen who were present in the previous series and who will be present in my Return to Inglewood series. So it smells like the seaside and sandalwood, basically. Yeah, I love it. So this candle, along with the first book in the new Return to Inglewood series, I'm still working on the others. They're coming. So a paperback copy of Romancing the Artist, the candle, and a really pretty coloring book. So you can be an artist too. See how I tied all of that together? I'm so clever, right? So I love this coloring book. I have one myself. The artist lives in the UK and does these awesome, like they're usually quotes from Jane Austen books, and they're lots of fun. I am not very artistic when it comes to visual arts. No one would have supposed her to be born a heroine. I mean, look at the joy in that. Isn't that fun? So, adult coloring book, Romancing the Artist, and a candle. And then the last giveaway that I have that I wanted to talk about is this one that's kind of fun. I found these stocks forever ago and I thought, okay, these are perfect for Mr. Gardner and the governess because they're covered in beautiful insects, moths, bees, there's a ladybug. Um, so this and this lovely scarf with bees, perfect for the fall. And of course, the signed copy of Mr. Gardner and the governess because, you know, Rupert, who is the hero of this book, is an entomologist. So those are the fun giveaways that I have, and they will be posted soon on the various platforms. So there's that. So those are the fun things that I have prepared thus far. And now for a couple of fun announcements. All right, I have back all the audio for painting this, no, Romancing the Artist. Sorry, it was originally called Painting this Summer. And then I changed the title because I do that. Romancing the Artist. I have the audio for it. I just need to get it uploaded. It will be available on my store first. So authorSallyBritton.store. I will have that uploaded hopefully by the end of today. So that's the first place that you'll be able to get the audio. And then it will go to all the other retailers within a week or two. So if you just can't wait, that's where you've got to go. And then after it's out on all the retailers, so maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now, it'll be up on YouTube. Cross your fingers. And it's been narrated by the fabulous Marion Hussey, who, of course, did the entire original Inglewood series. So when Neil comes back onto the page in the audiobook, it's the same Neil that you listen to when you listen to his book, which is fantastic. I loved listening to it. I mean, I got all the warm fuzzies from hearing Neil again. So audiobooks are fantastic. They're honestly the only way I can fully enjoy my own writing because when I read one of my books, I want to just mark up everything and make notes about how I could change it or make it better or a mistake. But when I'm listening to the audio, it's so much fun. It creates a little bit of a separation between me and the work so I can enjoy it as though it's not mine, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so I'm really excited. That'll be out soon. And again, hopefully by the end of today on my personal web store. And then everywhere else in the coming week to fortnight. I love the word fortnight. Why don't we use that here in the US? It's so much prettier sounding than 2 weeks. Fortnight. So that's one announcement. Let's see what else is going on. There are things happening and my mind just totally went blank. Later tonight, I will be recording a podcast. I don't know, I think it's live with some of the other authors who are my friends and possibly other authors who are part of the anthology that we just released. So that is happening tonight. There's just a lot going on. I just released another book called An Engagement with the Enemy. That one is not being turned into an audio yet. So we're working on getting that. But it was so much fun to write, and I still need to do a conversation and talk about what went behind writing that book. Oh, we hiccuped again. as I was saying, if you have any questions that you ever want to ask, feel free to comment on posts. I see everything that goes on to my posts on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. So feel free to ask questions that way. You can always email me. My email is sally@authorSallyBritton.com. I'm happy to answer reader questions, and y'all are just great. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for loving my stories as much as I do. I was talking to a friend about this the other day. We're told as authors oftentimes to write what it is we want to read, which is exactly what I do. I write the stories that I wish I could find and read for myself. But the only problem with that is then after we write what we want to read, is we still kind of want to fangirl about it with other people. We want to talk to other readers about the books that we just wrote. And sometimes it feels a little awkward to do that because it's like, hey, isn't this great? The heroine and the hero, and didn't you just love this part? Because it's almost like I'm praising myself, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just really excited about the characters and I want to talk about them. So I am always excited to talk about the books and answer questions, and it's just fantastic. One more reminder is that I do have a great book for this season that has been out for 2 years now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 2 years. A Haunting at Havenwood. It is not scary, but there are ghosts who are very friendly. They're matchmaking ghosts. Um, and that is available on YouTube to listen to the audio and stream it. It is available on all audio retailers. The ebook is available on Amazon and on my store, and is about to release to all the other retailers. But A Haunting at Havenwood is such a fun book. I really enjoyed writing it, and it's got a purple cover, which I love. None of my other books, only one other book has purple in it, the way that one does. Um, but it was just such a fun book to write. So if you like the idea of forests and October and ghosts, as long as they're not scary, make sure you read A Haunting at Havenwood, because it is just, I mean, I'm saying it and I wrote it, but it's delightful. It is really delightful. It's a charming story. And that's all I really have to share at this moment. But I will probably have more soon, because there's some exciting things coming up that I haven't talked about yet. Remember earlier, if you watched from the beginning, I was talking about various platforms that authors use to connect to readers. So there is a new platform in town, and again, it's not for everybody, but I'm excited to see who and what will be going on over there. Um, so more about that later. I'm just going to tease it for now. But there's a new platform, and I'm excited to give it a whirl. Again, thanks for being here. I love y'all. Thank you so much for being as enthusiastic about these stories and these characters as I am. And I hope you have a delightful day. I hope everything is fun and bright and beautiful, or rainy and cozy or cold, whatever weather it is. I hope you have a good book to read or listen to, and that it's a fantastic day for you. So I have to find a little bit. There it is. Okay. Thank you again for being part of the stream, and I will talk to all of y'all later. Bye.